you guys? Welcome back. Today I'm doing books I read January 2023. So first off, I have books that I do not have with me. I read The Very, Very Far North. It was like a 1 or a 2-star book. It was a cute story, but it was kind of confusing for me. I didn't quite understand it. I also read Matilda this year, and it was a solid 3-star book. I think I just don't love Roald Dahl's writing. I think I would definitely need to read more of it to say if I like it or not. And then I also read SEO Trot, and that's a 1-star. I have no idea what happened in that book whatsoever. It's very confusing. So, yeah. And then the first book I read this year was Tale of Witchcraft, which is the sequel to A Tale of Magic. And I love this trilogy, and I love it. There's not a lot of world building in this, because you probably should read The Land of Stories before you read this, but you don't have to, which I love. But this is my second favorite author, so I wanted to read all of his Land of Story books first, so I have that. And I also read A Tale of Sorcery. So, yeah, this one has a lot more science stuff in it too, and magic as well. But definitely some science in here, which I enjoyed, but definitely not my favorite. So overall, that was a solid 4-star trilogy with both of them. And then in between those books, I read This book in one sitting. I've read it a lot, so I already knew what it was about. But I love this book so much. It is one of my favorite books. So this was 5 stars, but I don't count it as the first 5-star of the year because I knew it would be 5 stars without even going into it. So that's why I don't count this. And then I read The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And, it was a good book. Definitely not my favorite. I probably should have read this in the summer if I really wanted to like it. So it's a little hard, but I did read that. Then I read Stargirl by Jerry Spinelli, just because, And again, 4-star book, not 5. It doesn't have a special place in my heart or anything. But I do like this one, so I have that. And this year I also have read Love, Stargirl, which is the sequel, which I didn't know there was a sequel to Stargirl, but there is. And this is 4 stars. It's 3.75, so I just gave it 4 stars on my app. Because, it was a little, I didn't love it. It's in diary entries or letters to the narrator of this book. So you have Stargirl, and then you have Leo. So, these are letters to Leo, and this is his perspective on when Stargirl Calloway goes to his school. So it's a good book, duology. I recommend it, but yeah. And then I read Goldilocks, Wanted Dead or Alive. This is a graphic novel from The Land of Stories. So this was the last Land of Stories book ever that's being released. And I definitely did binge read all of this book in one sitting. Very good book. It's a graphic novel though, so it only took me an hour and 10 minutes, I think. But I love it, and I do recommend it if you like graphic novels. Then I read Counting by Sevens, which this is a 3-star book. It's a good story. I just didn't understand it, what happened. I had to read a summary of it to understand what happened. So if you want to know what the story is, read the summary, and if it seems really interesting, I would read it. But I just thought, oh, that's kind of cool, and I liked that it looked like a book talk kind of book, but it's not. I thought maybe I'd find one. I didn't, but it's a cute story. So you have that. And then the first real 5-star book of the year, Daughter of the Pirate King. I'm buying this book later because this is a library book, and it is one of my favorite books, I think. It's my favorite duology that I've literally ever read. So Daughter of the Pirate King. And then, I did not count this in books I don't have. I read Daughter of the Siren Queen because I could not stop thinking about that book. I could not get into any other books, so I went on my ebook library and got the sequel to that because I needed it immediately. And then I read Augie and Me. This is 3 wonder stories, and one... Shingling is Charlotte. Pluto is Augie's first friend, and then Julian, we all know Julian. So anyway, I think that this book is like, it's a 4-star for sure. I feel like it's nice because if you don't have to read the first wonder to read this, but I don't know, I think it's just, it's 3 short stories, so 4 stars. And then I'm currently reading, so I'm putting this in, I am reading Divergent right now. Yeah. That's the last book I read in January. So those are all the books I read in January. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!